Okay, and we're back after a long break, part 9 of the Ascending in NetHack Overexplained series. And we just entered Moloch's Sanctum. And it's been a while since I played. Took a break around the NetHackathon event. And last time I did the Ascension Run, which is what we're about to do. I didn't make it. I died. So we are going to hope we're not going to repeat that, and I'm going to learn from my mistakes. We're going to have a successful Ascension Run tonight. But I'm going to take a minute here to talk a little bit, recap, sort of what we did, where we're at, look through our inventory, make some plans about how we're going to deal with the next couple of sections, which are some of the most dangerous parts of the game, Moloch Sanctum and the elemental planes and Astral. So first, let's go back to the map here. I want to talk a little bit about how did we get here. So obviously, if you haven't seen the series before, if you haven't ascended before, this will be new to you, but you can go back and look. Let me actually turn off the keycaster for a minute here. Let's get rid of that. And it's going to annoy me. I'll bring it back up when we start playing here. Okay, so what do we do to get here? We're in Moloch's Sanctum. So as we talked about last time, the last level that you can get to normally in the dungeon is between level 44 and 52. And it's the last level of the dungeon because you can't dig down. We'll say that the ground is too hard to dig down here. And there's going to be a vibrating square there. But that's not the end of the dungeon. After you do the invocation ritual, so the invocation ritual requires 3 items. So we got the silver bell from the quest. So by killing the quest nemesis, we got the silver bell, which is the bell of opening. And then we got the candelabrum from Vlad's tower. So we killed Vlad and got the candelabrum. And then we got the Book of the Dead from the Wizard of Yendor himself in the Wizard's Tower, which we got to through the portal in one of the 2 fake Wizard Tower entrances. So we got those 3 items, and then we brought that to the vibrating square at the very last level in the dungeon, at least apparent last level. Took those 3 items, we rang the bell, we lit the candelabrum, and we read the book. The candelabrum had to have 7 candles in it. And that opened up the 49th level in this particular case. So, actually do this. Where's my line tool? So we found the very last level of the game, which is Moloch's Sanctum. So this is where the high priest or priestess of Moloch is. And this is where we're going to find the amulet of Yendor. So I'm just going to put here that this is going to be vibrating square +1. So 1 level past this, if you find the vibrating square on level 44, this will be level 45, etc. All right, so now we have a tough fight ahead of us. We have to kill the high priest or priestess of Moloch, take the amulet of Yendor, and then we're going to have to go all the way back up through all these levels, all the way back up to the dungeon entrance and beyond. And when we get there, I'll talk about that some more. But first, let's take a little bit of inventory and just see what our current situation is, what our strengths and weaknesses are, and just think about if there's any prep work we need to do here. So let's start off by, I can look here at our attributes, etc. So we have a negative 21 armor class, which is decent. I think definitely ascendable. It could be better, but I think it's probably fine. Attributes are fine. We started with a pretty high constitution, I believe. Hit points are great. 235 hit points is plenty. Let's take a look at our inventory here. We have 2 amulets of life saving, which is great. We'd love to see that. Although last time I lost the game during my Ascension run, I had 3 amulets of life saving, which I burned through. So it's definitely not. There definitely are ways to lose that run. But we have 2 amulets of life saving. So basically we have 3 lives left. We have a +7 Excalibur, which is great. All this armor here, it's fine. Boots of water walking are good. That's going to make going across Judeblex's lair and Medusa's island, for instance, much easier and safer. Grey Dragon's Scale Mail is providing us with our magic resistance, and the Shield of Reflections providing us with reflection, both of which are basically required. We can, at this point, we can drop the Book of the Dead. I probably will, just for weight concerns. Once you've done the invocation ritual, the Book of the Dead is basically not useful. There are some uses for it if you're trying to farm for wraith corpses or something like that to max your level. But in this playthrough, we're not going to be using any of those strategies. We have Ring of Free Action, which is great. I mean, it's good, and I'm glad to have it. And we have a +1 Ring of Protection, which is also really good, helping us both with our armor class and with our magic cancellation. We have the Wand of Cancellation with 3 charges left. Probably use that for things like Disenchanters. We have 1 Wand of Death with 5 charges, a second Wand of Death with 3 charges, so it's 8 charges in total of death, and they can both be recharged. That should be plenty of charges, particularly given that we can recharge each of them. And we have some Wands of Digging here, Wand of Fire, good to have in case we run into a green slime. We have a Wand of Sleep with 5 charges left. We'll use that against things like Minotaurs. If we need to deal with heavy damage dealing creatures which don't have magic resistance, we'll use that. And we have Wand of Teleportation with 4 charges. This is also very, very good, particularly in the very end of the game. And we'll probably end up charging this as well. We'll look at our bag of holding in a second. We have a Bugle. Really, really great to have a scare tool. Almost essential, I'd say. We're going to be using that a lot. We have the Candelabrum. It's currently has 7 candles and is lit. I think we will probably snuff that out and save it. We may drop it. We do have a magic lamp here. The Candelabrum is the best source of light in the game, but it's extremely limited, so it will burn through those candles very, very quickly. But it will actually light a greater radius than even your magic lamp will. The magic lamp is a source of an additional wish, so we can certainly bless this lamp and rub it and try and get another wish, which I'll keep that in mind. We have the bell opening. I think we will use that shortly, and I'll show you how that it actually has a secondary effect besides the invocation ritual. You can ring the bell of opening to find traps and secret doors, so we're going to use that shortly. We have 1 magic marker left with 33 charges. It's already been recharged, so it's almost used up. We just have 33 charges left. I think we'll be using that shortly as well. We have the Orb of Fate, very, very useful. We're going to use this to try and find probably we're going to use this to try and find the portals, although I'll have to think about that a little bit more carefully because we are on version 3.6.6 here. We have an opening tool. We have a towel, which is our blindfold. We have a Blessed Unicorn Horn, which is crucial. We have some extra wax candles here, which we could use to refill the candelabrum. I'm not entirely sure how that works. If 5 candles will be as bright as 7, but in any case, we have those in case we want to use them. Let's take a look in our bag of holding here. All right, so we have some gold. I think my thought here was we will spend the gold to get more protection as we go through the Valley of the Dead on the way back up. We have an Amulet of Magical Breathing. We probably will not use this. There is one potential use for it, and I will talk about it when we get to the elemental planes, but we probably will end up not using that. Helm of Opposite Alignment is extremely important. End game item, I would put that on the list of things to get before you start your Ascension run. And again, we'll talk about that a little bit later. This mummy wrapping we can probably get rid of. Basically, the use of this is so that you can get into shops while being invisible. Let's just check here. My looks like we are invisible indeed. So if we did need to get into a shop on the way back up, we could use our mummy wrapping for that. I think we're pretty much done with the shops though, so we could probably just ditch that. Decent amount of food here, including K rations and royal jelly, which are very useful. The eggs are a potential source of confusion, which will be useful if we want to read scrolls while confused, which is very possible. A decent number of unlabeled scrolls here. They look like they're mostly cursed or uncursed. Maybe there's some blessed and mixed in here. So we need these in combination with a magic marker. Looks like we have 4 remove curse scrolls. These are very good in the late game. 1 scroll of Scare Monster. I'm not sure we'll use this. To be honest, I could probably have this in my inventory, assuming we're not going to get hit by a fire trap or something that's going to get burned up. But it's more useful to have this either in a spare bag that you can tip out or in your inventory so you can drop it if you get into trouble. Otherwise, it takes a turn to get it out of your bag of holding and another turn to drop it. Although I guess we could tip our entire bag of holding out if we really had trouble. So we have 2 scrolls of charge, and we probably are going to need at least those 2 and maybe some more, which we can write. We have 4 scrolls of gold detection. This is very important. In fact, this will probably be the way that we detect the portals on the elemental planes. Will be gold detection plus confusion. Scroll of Earth, probably won't use that. Scrolls of teleportation, probably not going to use those either. We have plenty of holy water. We have 5 blessed holy water, 18 potions we can turn into holy water. We have 1 that we haven't identified yet, or rather BUC tested yet. I think we're kind of hoping that might be an unholy water, which would be useful for various reasons. We have 1 potion of booze for making ourselves confusion, and a couple more potions of confusion for making ourselves confused as well, which we will use in combination with the gold detection scrolls to find the portals. 2 potions of full healing. We really would like more of these. Two's good. 2's better than nothing. And I think the rest is not really important. The gain level, if we had a potion of unholy water, we'd like to curse this and use it as an escape item or a way to get through some of the harder levels that when we're heading back up to the surface. Okay, so we have 2 rings of conflict. Very, very important. In fact, you may use one of these very shortly. I think I'll take one out right now. While I'm thinking of it, this will make the creatures fight each other instead of just you. So they sort of split their attention and their attacks are not all going to be aimed at you. So that is really important in big group battles. We're about to get into one right now. There is a ring of levitation here, which we're going to need in the elemental planes. I think we'll opt to use our water walking boots for Medusa's Island and Judeblex's lair because the ring of levitation can actually be dangerous, particularly with the electric eels, which you will find in Medusa's Island in some of those variants of Medusa's Island. They can actually destroy your ring of levitation and drown you. But we do need this. This is something that's very important. Wand of speed, just in case we get our speed taken away. If we want a cold, we could use this potentially to deal area of effect damage by breaking it. Plenty of digging. I think this is enough to get us through to the end of the game easily. We do have a Wand of Enlightenment. I'm going to pull that out and just double check our intrinsics here. I do have them marked in the Annotate app, but it would be good to double check. Another Wand of Fire, so actually 3 Wands of Fire here. Mostly, I just make sure I have at least one of those to deal with green slime. Wand of Secret Door Detection actually is interesting, and that's we have the Bell of Opening, which acts like one, but this is also a way you could potentially find a portal or a secret door in a pinch. Probably will not end up using this, but nice to know we have it. Spare Wand of Sleep if we need it. The Wands of Striking are really good. If you're heading up to the surface and you get swarmed by giants, they can carry a bunch of boulders, and having a wand of striking to clear those boulders quickly can be very useful. Our wand of wishing has 2 charges left. It's already been recharged, so we can get a total of 3 charges out of the wand of wishing. I think at least one will go for a magic marker, which leaves us with basically 2 more. One of them could be sort of an emergency item if we run out of a particular wand, like if we run out of a wand of death, or we need another wand of teleportation, we could potentially get that. We could get a cockatrice corpse with it in a pinch, although there are more efficient ways to get them. I think we're going to use one of those efficient ways to get cockatrice corpse now. And our pickaxe is put away. We could probably get rid of this at this point. The pickaxe is a little bit too slow at this point in the game. It was very useful all through Gehenna, but because every turn you spend is another turn that the wizard may come back and harass you, you probably don't want to be digging through walls with a pickaxe unless you absolutely have to. And you want to use wands of digging instead. All right, let's go ahead and zap that wand of enlightenment. Let me turn Keycaster on again here. Get that running. Okay. Okay, so let's just double check here. Yep, so we have the cold resistance. We do not have disintegration resistance. We have fire. Infravision. We see invisible. We are invisible to others. We're magic protected. Poison resistance. Reflections probably on the second page here. Automatic searching we have see invisible. We are shock resistant. We are sleep resistant. Fast is probably on the second page. And stealthy is on the second page as well. Let's take a look here. Reflection, free action, life will be saved. Stealthy, can walk on water, and we are fast. Yeah, so all those things are true. And it says somewhere, it says that we have a moderate defense bonus from, I forget if that's for the ring of protection or for the divine protection. But yeah, we have both of those things. We have 6 points of divine protection, and we're wearing a ring of protection. One of which I think is you are guarded. You are guarded is probably the ring of protection, and moderate defense bonus is the divine protection. Okay. All right, so I think I said I was going to turn off the candelabrum. So let's apply candelabrum, snuff that out. A voice booms out. So thou thought thou couldst kill me, fool. So this is the Wizard of Yendor harassment. The Wizard of Yendor will come back periodically. And so he's right there. You want to kill the Wizard of Yendor very quickly. They can do all kinds of nasty things, including double trouble, where they will spawn another copy of themselves, which can get out of control. They can summon nasties, so surround you with some really dangerous creatures. They can curse your items. They can steal the Amulet of Yendor if you have it, or your quest artifact as well. So best thing to do is just zap the Wizard of Yendor with a Wand of Death as soon as possible, so that the turn that the wizard gets there. So we have 2 Wands of Death. I'm going to use the one that's fewer charges, so we'll zap Q. Zap capital Q. We're going to zap in the lower right direction. So it misses, it bounces, and it misses and whizzes by us. So we got to do that again, unfortunately. Misses, bounces, and then kills Wizard of Yendor. Great. So we're down to 1 charge on that Wand of Death. And we snuffed the candles in the candelabrum. I was going to drop the Book of the Dead. Just want to create monster. We don't really care about that. I'll drop some things here. Drop the Book of the Dead. Again, we're just to get our weight down a little bit here, and we're not going to use that. And then And drop that one to create monster. We don't want that either. I think everything else we can hang on to for now. And so Moloch Sanctum. It's one of the 2 toughest fights in the game. So in 3.6.6, the layout is always the same, but it's a little bit different, or it can be flipped in 3.7.0. But we're going to find the door down here. This is a shocking sphere, I think. Fortunately, we're not in the version of NetHack where shocking spheres damage equipment, so this is not really a danger. It could have woken up the zoo though, or the graveyard. That is the danger. So all these 2s and the 2 4s and all this is a graveyard. And because we're stealthy, my suggestion here is don't full clear the graveyard. You could. This is not the challenging part of the game, but you're wasting time, and the wizard can come back. So my suggestion is you pick your way through here, killing the easiest creatures, and just try not to wake them up. You don't want things that explode would be bad. So shocking spheres, anything like that. You can loot these boxes, but they could also have a the boxes could have a trap that could potentially wake everything up if it explodes. So we're not going to loot the boxes. I'm not going to open this. I'm actually going to close that door there. Let's go and lock that door. So that's just the easiest way to get through the graveyard. Again, if you're missing things at this point in the game, if you're looking for scrolls or potions, if you're missing parts of your Ascension kit, then it probably would be worthwhile clearing that out and checking out those chests. But really, it's kind of a race at this point, so we're not going to do that. Our magic lamp is on, so we do actually have. I didn't mean to find that door quite yet. I'm worried that we're going to start this combat a little bit early. So I'm going to actually see if we can lock this door. And we were able to, okay. So there's a bunch of priests in this room that we're about to come into that they cast spells that do a lot of damage. They also summon insects, which can make traversing the level difficult. But generally just, high amounts of hit point damage is what you're worried about here. So we have a couple things that can help with this, which I talked about. So one is the Ring of Conflict. The second would be a cockatrice corpse. And so I don't think we need it, to be honest. I think with conflict we'll be fine here. And we're a little bit low on charges. So my thought process here is that we have 33 charges left in the magic marker. We do have 2/3 more wishes, so one of those could go for a magic marker pretty easily. But this magic marker could basically buy us 1 cursed scroll of genocide that we could use to reverse genocide cockatrices and get a corpse to use to clear Moloch Sanctum much easier. So it's sort of like it's using up some of our resources here. And the question is whether we can clear Moloch Sanctum, or at least get to the altar without a cockatrice corpse, and if we can do that safely. I'm tending to think what we can with the amount of hit points we have and with our armor class. And maybe we'll hold off and use a cockatrice corpse for the Astral Plane. One thing to be aware of is that there are guaranteed traps in Moloch Sanctum, including a pit trap. So if you are going to wield a cockatrice corpse in Moloch Sanctum, you want to be levitating, or at least you need to unwield the cockatrice corpse before you move So every time you move, you need to unwield it, which makes it a little bit more difficult to use a Cockatrice Corpse in Moloch Sanctum. Particularly, we don't have, we do have a Ring of Levitation, but we're going to be wearing Conflict. So I think my decision here is to put the Ring of Conflict on and just attempt to fight our way through the Sanctum and get to the High Priest without using any more resources. All right, so we need to take off one of our 2 rings here. I don't know, it's kind of 50-50 which one is best to take off here. What free action will save us from largely in this fight is priests that have potions of paralysis and throw them at you. So they can actually paralyze you and get a few free attacks, which can add up and be a pretty big problem. The Ring of Protection is AC, which is great, and also magic cancellation, which is also good. I think we're going to just try the Ring of Free Action and the Ring of Conflict here. So let's remove the Ring of Protection. We'll put on the Ring of Conflict. And anything else we're going to do in preparation here? We could take out a full heal potion, although I believe the priests will have a fire attack that may destroy potions, and certainly there are fire traps that we're going to run into, so probably best to actually, we'll put away this potion of paralysis as well. I'll put away the potion of paralysis, and we'll put away those wax candles. Don't need those in our open inventory. All right, let's apply our key, and we'll unlock the door. And there's our first Priestess of Moloch. So keep an eye on our hit points here. We're going to probably take quite a bit of damage here, but we're going to swing Excalibur at the Priestess of Moloch. So you hear some noises. The priests are fighting each other and fighting the other creatures here, so that's great. There's a vampire there. I'm not too worried about that. And just need to keep an eye on our hit points here. Actually, kind of glad that the priestess is zapping lightning at us, because we have reflection, and that's going to do a lot less damage than their other attacks. And actually, because it's reflecting off of us, it's going to damage the priestess. So that blue capital R there is a disenchanter. So they're pretty annoying. They can disenchant your weapon. If you use Excalibur against them, it can lose some enchantment. It can also disenchant your armor with its attacks. I usually just save some charges of cancellation. You can also just scare them away with your bugle. So they're not a huge deal at this point in the game. All right, moving on. Destroy this vampire. Let's move on. Picked up a couple things here. We're blinded because of the Wand of Lightning, so I'm going to apply our Unicorn Horn. Do it a couple times here. Wow. Okay, took 4 tries. Disenchanter is frozen by it, so that's actually another reason to have free action. There's a gelatinous cube here. That will definitely, in combination with these more powerful creatures, damaging creatures can be very dangerous combination. Okay, destroy the vampire. There's actually 2 gelatinous cubes, which is funny. They're freezing each other. I guess they're not immune to the paralysis attack. So we could just walk around these. There's no particular reason to kill these gelatinous cubes. So I'm going to go down and to the left. In the end game here, largely the name of the game is speed. One of the great things about Conflict is because the creatures are all fighting each other, it means they're not going to focus on you. They're not all going to beeline to you. So there's a carafe crashing into our head. Oh, it's acid, so it's actually not paralysis. So we're going to keep moving this way. And there's a room in the center here. You can see it, start to see it. As here's the bees being summoned. At this point in the game, they're not very dangerous, but they can be annoying because they'll prevent you from getting where you need to go. All right, so this is where I'll start to use the Bell of Opening. because there's let's actually bring up a map here so you can see what the whole picture looks like. Moloch Sanctum. Here's the map. Okay, see, we started here. We went through the secret door, went through that secret door. Then we went down here. There's some other rooms here we didn't explore. Down this U, we snuck through the graveyard, found the secret door, and we're trying to get our way to the temple. And then one of these blue squares here, there's a secret door, and it's completely surrounded by fire traps. We're immune to fire, or we have fire resistance, so it's not a huge problem, but it's good to know. So what we're trying to do is find that secret door quickly. So actually I'm going to apply the Bell of Opening here. It's got 2 more charges, and it's going to find the fire traps, and if there was a secret door here, would have found that too. All right, so they're all fighting each other. We're going to head down this way. We could take a quick look at this scroll here if it was something like genocide or something. It's actually unidentified, which is interesting. I wonder what scrolls we have not yet identified. I don't think there's anything really important. I'm trying to think if there would be anything that we need that we haven't found. I don't think that that's the case. I think we know enchant armor, enchant weapon, charging, magic mapping, genocide, remove curse, and gold detection. So it's something which I don't think we're gonna need here. Let's get over here a little bit, and I'm going to again apply that Bell of Opening. Nothing, and I'm actually going to drop the Bell of Opening here. I think we could just walk around. To be honest, that we have basically no danger from these fire traps. But I'm going to pull out where is it? I'm going to pull out this wand of secret door detection. We'll just use that because we have it. It's got a bunch of charges usually. And there's the door. All right, so that was actually extremely easy. As far as Moloch Sanctum goes, often you have a lot more trouble with this level. But the Ring of Conflict helped. And I think we just maybe got a little bit lucky about where things respond and able to kind of sneak through. So we're going to step onto this fire trap and we'll open the door. We step in. There's a chance that you can murder the high priest if you don't step into the room before you kill the priest, which can lead to you losing your telepathy. So I suggest you step into the sanctum, make sure that the high priest is hostile before you kill it. So again, the high priest has a wand of cold here, which is really good, to be honest. Whenever they use their wands of cold instead of casting spells at you, it's always better. And we're just going to zap a wand of death at the this last charge of the wand of death at the high priest of Moloch. And Moloch gets angry with us. Thou dost profane my shrine. A bolt of lightning hits the high priest of Moloch, blinded by the flash. You kill the high priest of Moloch. The death ray hits the barbed devil. I guess barbed devils are immune to death rays. And let's use our unicorn horn so we can see again. And let's go on to this space right here. Potion of extra healing and the Amulet of Yendor. So we got it. Now there is a chance that the Wizard of Yendor will take the Amulet of Yendor from you, steal it, and replace it with a fake. So at this point, it is prudent to Shift C, call a particular item in your inventory. So we're going to call capital A the Amulet of Yendor, call it real, or whatever you want to call it. I don't think there's anything else here. There's a robe, there's some spell books, not too interested. And I'm going to, actually going to kill the barbed devil and step over here. And so this is an altar. Obviously don't pray on this altar, but we can use it to BUC test things. So I'm going to take the opportunity that we have here with an altar to take out everything that is of unknown, blessed, or cursed status. So that's all that stuff. Not the Scroll of Scare Monster. I'm not going to drop that because we don't want it to be destroyed when we pick it back up. But everything else can come out of our bag here. It's fine if we're burdened. And then we're going to Shift D, drop, Shift X, and we're going to drop all these things. I don't really want to drop the Amulet of Yendor. I don't care about the Amulet of Life Saving, whether it's cursed or not, but everything else, you can just sort of figure out if it's cursed or not here. Unfortunately, that looks like the Potion of Water was not cursed, so we don't have any means to curse our Potion of Gain level. A couple rings we could try on. I'm not sure what we're looking for here, but let's pick everything back up. Is there more down here? Yeah. All right, let's apply our bag of holding. Let's put stuff away. Gold. We can put away those royal jelly, the scrolls. Guess that Potion of Water. Extra healing, full healing, healing. So all those potions, the rings, and we want to charge this Wand of Death. So let's do that while we're thinking about it. Put away the Wand of Enlightenment. Secret door detection as well. Add wax candles. That should do it. All right, so I'm just looking. All right, so movements are now unencumbered. So let's take out a Scroll of Charging. So we have 2, but they are not blessed. So it's actually, we'll take out Scroll and Potions. We'll take out the 2 Scrolls of Charging and 1 Blessed Potion of Water. And we'll dip the Scrolls of Charging to the Potion of Water. And then we'll read one of the Scrolls of Charging. And we're going to charge the Wand of Death, which has 0 charges. So Shift Q. And put away the other Scroll of Charging so it doesn't get destroyed. Okay, so now we have Wand of Death with 7 charges, another with 5, which is great. Now, if that Potion of Gain level was cursed, or if we had found Unholy Water, this would be a great place to quaff that Potion of Gain level, that cursed Potion of Gain level, which would bring us back up to dungeon level 48, without having to fight our way back through here, which I definitely would do. But we didn't have too much trouble getting in here, so I'm going to just continue to use conflict here, and we're going to just try and sneak out of here. I think this is a carnivorous ape. Yeah, so that can grab us. I'm going to use our bugle. Well, yeah, I think we'll use our bugle here. I'm just thinking about whether the range of the bugle is enough to wake up things in the graveyard, but I think we're far enough away that it wouldn't. We'll see once we get there. And so we'll just see if we can just basically move through here. Don't fight everything if you don't have to. It's my general. So there's a Potion of Paralysis, and fortunately we have free action, so that definitely saved us. I'm glad we left that potion, or sorry, that ring of free action on. All right, let's kill this Vampire Lord, and we'll go through here. We'll close that. It does look like the graveyard actually did wake up here, which is unfortunate. Either I did it with a bugle, or someone else did it with a spell of Detect Monster. But so now we have to fight our way back out of here, unfortunately, but Conflict is going to make that a little bit easier. And one thing we want to worry about here are devils and demons that could potentially summon greater demons. So be a little careful fighting your way through here. Relying on Conflict a bit to hopefully distract yeah, like, it's what Conflict is doing is it's mostly preventing the monsters from focusing on you. So that's a good thing. All right, so we were able to fight through there pretty easily, pretty quickly. That Marilith was pretty damaged from fighting the Vampire Lord, so all right, we made it. So that's a pretty clean Moloch Sanctum. Didn't take much damage at all. At this point, I'm going to remove the Conflict, the Ring of Conflict, and I'm going to put back on Protection. And we are going to start our Ascension Run for real. So Ascension Run is when you're fleeing from Moloch Sanctum all the way back up to level 1. With the Amulet of Yendor, you can't level teleport. There's no cheating like that. So you got to basically walk up all 49 floors. The travel command is your friend here. So I think we're good to go. Climb up the stairs. Here we're at 48. So let's actually take a look at the wiki page for the Amulet of Yendor, because there are special effects here that we need to talk about. Once you get the Amulet of Yendor, the game rules kind of change in a few very meaningful ways. So this is the when carried effects. All right, you get clairvoyance. Periodically, that means it's going to map areas of the level around you, which can be useful, particularly if you haven't fully mapped each level, or if a mind flayer has given you amnesia. When casting spells, your energy is drained, so that's not going to affect us in this particular run, where we are not playing around with spell casting. But if you were a spellcaster, your energy isn't going to go as far. Hunger is increased by 1 every 20 turns. This is not meaningful. This is just the same as wearing an additional ring or amulet. Your luck times out more rapidly if not blocked by a luck stone, but we have a blessed orb of fate, so we should be good with our luck. Monster difficulty will depend on your deepest level reached, not your current dungeon level. So that is pretty important. When we get back up to dungeon level 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, we're still going to be seeing all the most difficult creatures spawning. It's no longer going to be grid bugs or newts or anything else. Nymphs, name demons, etc. are always generated awake. So these are creatures that will generate asleep normally, but now they will be awake and come after you right away. You cannot level port or branch port. So this is what I was talking about. We can't just use the teleport control and the Orb of Fate to go from dungeon level 48 to dungeon level 1. Teleportation within levels is blocked 1/3 of the time. So this is pretty useful. We do have those 2 blessed scrolls of teleportation. We could potentially use that to quickly teleport ourselves, with a 33% chance of success to the upstairs in certain cases. Unfortunately, a lot of the levels that are most difficult to navigate are no teleport levels, like Asmodeus' lair, for instance. Follower monsters will follow you between levels, even if they're fleeing. That's interesting. I didn't know that before. And then here's the important one. Climbing the upstairs or quaffing a cursed potion of gain level in dungeon level 1 takes you to the plane of earth. So instead of escaping the dungeon and ending your game, which is what normally happens when you go up in dungeon level 1, you actually go to the plane of earth and the elemental planes and beyond. And then Mysterious Force. So if you try and go up a dungeon level in Gehenna, so basically from here until we get to the Valley of the Dead, the Mysterious Force may work against you. So there's a percent chance that you will be kicked back down to a lower level. Unfortunately, we are lawful, so we have the worst probabilities here. It looks like the average change is of going up a level is actually going back down, or the average change of going up a level is actually going up less than half a level. So that's going to really make a pretty big difference here. There's a 75% chance every time we go up a stair that we actually go up, from dungeon level 48 to dungeon level 47. There is a 6.25% chance that we stay on the level we were on, just in a random place in it. And there's a 12% chance we actually go a level deeper instead of going a level up. And then you can add all these up and think about it. But chaotic and neutral characters get it a lot easier. This is a reason to put on a helm of opposite alignment. But in this case, where we have 6 points of divine protection, we would lose that if we changed allegiances. So if we would lose 6 points of AC for putting on that helm of opposite alignment. So I would not suggest doing that in this particular case. But if you're doing a speed run or otherwise have not bought divine protection, putting on a helm of opposite alignment at this point in the game might be worthwhile, because you're going to go through the dungeon and go back up a lot faster. So the rules have changed in the game now that we have the Amulet of Yendor, and we got to go all the way back up. So we're going to try and do that as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and not get frustrated about the amulet and the Mysterious Force, but I may get frustrated. We'll see how much it affects us. We got water walking on here, so that's great. You can just walk through the water. And as I said, the travel command is your friend here, so we're just going to use underscore less than period, and that's going to get us to the upstair a lot quicker. Hey, Eidolon Moth. Here's hoping the Mysterious Force is merciful. Thank you very much. I didn't realize monsters were affected by the Mysterious Force as well. Yeah, me neither. There was a column for that in that table, and I don't know exactly what that means. If it's like, if the wizard is carrying the Amulet of Yendor or something, if they had stolen it and they escape up the stairs, maybe they would get teleported back down. That'd be pretty bad, because you'd lose track of it. All right, here we are, dungeon level 47, just keeping track of where we are. And we're going to keep trying to fast travel. I think we've cleared out paths between the stairs, so this should work. So this you sense your surroundings thing will happen periodically. This can be confusing if you're moving and you don't notice this, because what actually happens is you can move your cursor around and actually look at your surroundings. This is the clairvoyance that you get for having the amulet. To get out of this, just hit escape, and you'll continue traveling. There is a cockatrice here. I'm going to try and kill this cockatrice. Actually, yeah, I think I will try and kill the cockatrice, because if it drops a corpse, we could carry it and could potentially save us a charge of death against the wizard here. All right, killed it. It did drop a corpse, it seems like, so let's step over there. Cockatrice corpse, just double checking. We are wearing leather gloves, so we can pick that up. And it's perfectly safe in your inventory as long as you're not wielding it, so we're going to keep that. I'm going to just kill this warg, and we'll keep going. I could also have scared it away with a bugle. Let's see here. We got up to dungeon level 46, so far, pretty lucky. Again, fast traveling. All right. Vrock, just a little worried here about Vrock summoning other things. There is Inogu and Demogorgon, for instance. I'm going to take a quick look here and see what this amulet is here. it's not anything we know. It's not an amulet of life saving. It would have been worthwhile to go pick that amulet up if it was life saving. All right, here we go up again. You remember this level is Wizard Tower Portal. So we made it up to dungeon level 45. And we'll keep going. Rust Monster strikes at thin air. Not too concerned about that. There is a black light here. I think we're on the staircase, so we'll just go up. And we're level 44. Getting very lucky here. Level 43. So yes, indeed, so far, Mysterious Force is being very merciful. That probably will not continue, but I think this is just a steam vortex, which is not dangerous at all. It does put out our lamp, which we'll go ahead and turn back on. And we'll keep going. Let's walk around this. And in fact, I'm going to use our bugle. Just let, these things, just scare them off so we don't have to deal with them. And up we go. Still no Mysterious Force. Horse, it's right in the way, so we're going to kill it. And up we go. And we got all the way up to level 41 with no Mysterious Force. Happy about that. Some sort of golem here. I'm going to use our horn. What golem turns to flea? Where are we? Okay. All right, level 40. Snake. Easy enough to kill, so let's kill it. Oh, got teleported by quantum mechanic. It's pretty annoying. Where are we? Oh, all the way over there. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Really bad, actually. We could actually use these Blessed Scrolls of Teleportation here. There is a 2/3 chance, or at least two 1 out of 3 chances here that we can get teleported to the upstairs. So let's give that a try. Oh, teleport us randomly. That's interesting. I thought Blessed Scrolls of Teleportation would let you choose. I see a path, though, so I think now we can just start walking back towards the stairs. It's a queen bee. Yeah, we can just go this way. A paper golem. Get some more paper. Put this stuff away. All right. Just Elf Lord. Yeah, I think we made it to the upstairs here. We could have fast traveled there as well, but we didn't explore that level. All right, so there's our first Mysterious Force in the first several levels and it teleported us on the same level. Looks like we're not in a great place here. Well, we're actually not too far from the upstairs. I may actually use our wand of digging here. So we do have a couple wands of digging. One is X. We'll start using that, zap X, and just start digging. I don't think I mentioned this before. I don't know if I did, but wands of digging only dig one space in the mazes in Gehenna, so you can't use them to quickly explore the mazes in Gehenna. You can only use them to sort of dig out one space at a time. But it's a lot faster than the pickaxe, so now looks like my cockatrice corpse is gone. Quantum mechanic is gone too, which is great. Ice Devil is not scared by the bugle, so let's kill that. All right, there we go. Another Mysterious Force. And that brought us down to dungeon level 43. So it's catching up to us. Fortunately, we're not far from the upstairs here, which is nice. Another steam vortex. Don't care about that too much. Rust monster, and up we go. All right, dungeon level 42. So this is where you can sort of feel like you're Sisyphus pushing the rock. Because every floor you go up, you go back down half a floor. All right, back to where we were. Just a bugbear. Let's walk past this giant zombie. Another mysterious forest. So this is the level that we just can't get past. Looks like we're gonna have to dig. All right, so here's another one of the things that the wizard does to harass you. Malignant aura and a black glow. So basically cursed our inventory. Take a look here and see. Looks like the skeleton key got cursed. That's not the worst. I think it may actually have an effect on how quickly you can unlock things, but looks like we have a clear path to the upstairs here. I'll go ahead and kill this giant zombie. And kill that. There's that elf lord again. I'm killing these things just because they're in the way. All right, finally made it to dungeon level 39 here. And there's 2 stairs. I'm actually not sure which one is, I think my memory is that this is the Vlad's tower. Yep, that's Vlad's tower. So we need to go to the other stairs, which is a little bit further. All right, made it to dungeon level 38. So that's progress. Looks like a, so here we are in Orcus Town. There is an altar here if you need to BUC test things. You could. We're going to use our bugle liberally here to get the shades away from us. They can steal your speed. They can also paralyze you, although with our Ring of Free Action, we're not worried about that. But do be worried, even if you're pretty powerful at this point in the game, you may not want to fight the shades in melee combat if you do not have free action, because they can in effect stun lock you and kill you. This happened to me before. Yeah, so use your bugle, or don't fight them if you don't have to. If you do need to fight them, you should use free action. All right, so got knocked back here. Looks like I need to dig 1 space here, and then we can get back where we were. All right, back to Orcus Town. This is one of the annoying places to navigate as well. Particularly, there's pretty dangerous things here. The shades, skeletons are pretty tough as well. Another malignant aura. Just take a look here. I don't see anything, so it looks like probably something that was blessed is no longer blessed. You want to double check like your bag of holding and make sure that stays blessed for sure. Make sure your unicorn horn stays blessed. Those are the most important things. Orb of Fate. You certainly don't want your luck stone to get cursed. But just make that shade flee. All right, 36. There's a Jabberwock. They are actually slightly magic resistant, but fortunately didn't follow us. All right, we're up to 35. We were a little hungry, so let's take out something to eat. I'm going to eat like 3 royal jelly, I think. Which should do it. So we've got a bunch of clairvoyance there. Gremlin. Do want to be careful about gremlins, particularly if you're playing after dark, because they can steal your intrinsics. Okay, got another mysterious force, which brings us back down to all the way back down to Orcustown. There's a Nelfschnee. Shade. Let's use our bugle. Looks like I need to dig here. I don't have to, but let's go ahead and plenty of digging, so we'll just dig through. And now let's continue traveling. There's a Minotaur. Did 15 points of damage to us in a single turn. So it's definitely one of the creatures that you want to watch out about. Particularly if you're in a, there's a chance you're going to get paralyzed or otherwise they're going to get multiple attacks on you. You just have to kill these elf lords. Another mysterious force back down to Orcustown. Pretty close though to the stairs. We'll just dig through here. All right, 36 again. It'll be really frustrating. I think you just need to kind of take it in stride, though. It's part of the game. And they have nerfed it a bit for 3.7, which is nice. So it's not quite as common. But it's still there. I think it will always be there. Oh, okay. So this is actually really important to pay attention to. So the gremlin chuckles, you feel warmer. So the gremlin stole our cold resistance here. Yeah, so that's pretty bad. We're gonna want to keep our eyes open for a white dragon here. Potentially get that back. And just watch out for things that do large amounts of cold damage. So you no longer have that resistance. It's not common for that to actually happen if you have decent. Oh, you're burning to a crisp. Sorry, you feel warmer. We lost our fire resistance. Okay. So you feel warmer as we've lost our fire resistance, not our cold resistance. That's actually really bad, particularly because of the priests at the end of the game will do like a fire attack on you. One of their spells. Okay, here comes the wizard again. So zap death. We'll use the H, I guess. Capital H. Misses. Do it again. All right, killed it. Had a scroll of teleportation. As a dwarf, we are a dwarf warrior. You can eat the Wizard of Yendor. It's not cannibalism. And you can potentially get teleport control from that. Hey, Andrea, welcome. Yes, we are in the Ascension Run. Hopefully it goes better than last time. I got our water walking boots on here. Yeah, so I am keeping my eyes open for things that will give us fire protection. Which the travel command doesn't really work well here. But you can potentially shift move. Might just have to walk. This can be a little bit annoying, but yeah. So there's a shocking sphere. We are in 3.6.6, so not too concerned about that. Oh, there's a Wraith Corpse. I guess we might as well eat this. Look at another level. There we are, level 18. And here we go. 33. And we're to Beelzebub's lair. The other thing about losing fire resistance here is fire traps can actually damage our max HP. And then a bunch of stuff here I dropped, or I decided not to bring decided not to pick up. Okay. It's like a red dragon would be something that would give us fire resistance. Or fire giants. All right, here we are at Asmodeus' lair. So this one is one of the more annoying ones to escape. But we're going to give it a try. Oh, Asmodeus. We killed Asmodeus with Cockatrice's corpse. I'll probably end up dropping these potions again, to be honest. Oh, a black dragon, huh? Don't really need to worry about that. That's a fire trap. Let's not step into that. And I'm looking. Looks like we have a path going down this way. All right, getting hungry again. We'll take out the rest of this royal jelly and eat that. Okay, and we'll go this way. Fire traps in the plane of fire would be interesting. Yeah, for sure. Silly NetHackathon. Yeah. I am in the process of uploading VODs for NetHackathon. So if you want to see my Astral Plane splat, you'll be able to see that pretty soon. Yeah, so we're definitely want to get fire resistance, and I will attempt to do that pretty soon here. I'm going to drop this stuff. I just don't want any of those potions or scrolls, and we're pretty close now. All right, cross your fingers. We made it. Okay, see if we can make it past Asmodeus' lair, I'm going to feel a lot better. Pit Fiend. They're pretty annoying. Yeah, they can grab you like that. Mysterious Force brought us back down to Asmodeus' lair. Fortunately, we're pretty close to the upstairs, so we don't have to go all the way back. Scare away this rust monster. I'm not actually sure if we have any armor that the rust monster could affect. I think everything's already rusty. So nothing that could get damaged further. Andrea says, it's okay. I've been splatted by famine before. Definitely, pestilence is one of the more dangerous riders. We'll talk about that when we get there. All right. Made to dungeon level 30. So we're getting closer and closer to the Valley of the Dead here. Oh, that unfortunately teleported us to a pretty annoying place. We'll find our way. We got a lamp. Is this oh, this is a brass lantern. I was like, could that be another magic lamp? What's this one? That's a bag. All right, I think we're almost there. Okay. And here we are at the Valley of the Dead, and I annotated it, stashed by the downstairs. I really like that you can teleport across Asmodeus' lair once he's gone now. Yeah, that's in 3.7. This playthrough is in 3.6.6. So we're playing on alt.org. So let's check out our stash here. So I have left a bunch of stuff here. I don't think we want all it. Oh, actually, there's a ring of fire resistance, which I do think we want. And there's Molnir here, which is interesting. Do you want the boots of levitation? We have a ring of levitation. I wonder if we can carry this stuff in our bag. We can definitely drop some of this. We're probably going to put on fire resistance for now. We're going to drop a bunch of this stuff that we don't need. What can we put away? Let's drop the Amulet of Change. Let's put Molnir away. Put the Boots of Levitation in our bag. Or I'm going to put that in the bag, rather. But we're going to drop, we'll drop the Scroll of Teleportation, I guess. We'll drop Cold Resistance. We'll drop Hunger, Accuracy, Damage, Protection, Searching, Create Monster. Yeah, drop all that. And we'll put in our bag Molnir and Levitation. And we'll see if that makes us unburdened. Yes. Okay, so now we can remove, I guess we take off Protection and we'll put on Fire Resistance for now. And let's see if we can get out of here. We did not clear, pretty sure we did not clear the Valley of the Dead, so we are going to have to fight our way out. We might actually want to put Conflict on here. Make our lives a little bit easier. All right, so we are XP level 18. So 18 times 400 is 7,200. Do we have 7,200 gold? We do. So let's see if we can get another point of AC. Go ahead and chat. And we'll offer 7,200 gold. And we get an additional point of AC. So we're back up to 7 points, or we have 7 points of protection now. And that does keep us unencumbered. So I think we're good to go. We'll see what it looks like. I might put on Conflict if it looks like we're going to get swarmed by creatures. Let's see, where am I going? Where is the path? Oh, that's a headstone. Oh, that's really weird. It looks like a wall here, but this is actually a headstone. That's actually pretty annoying. One of the issues with using sort of the standard ASCII layout instead of curses, I guess, is slightly more bold. That's how you can tell. But we're going to keep moving here. This is another level, which is nice to have cursed gain level to escape quickly, because it usually takes a while to get out of here. Just double checking. I am wielding Excalibur. Seemed like it took a while. Yes, I think Conflict is reasonable. We do have to worry if we take off free action. We have to worry about things like ghouls. But let's go ahead and take off free action and put on Conflict, and that's going to make our lives just that much easier. I'm killing the Horned Devil just because I'm worried about these devils summoning bad things. And I'm not going to try and kill everything. I'm going to try and sneak through as much as I can, but I'm worried about ghouls. You know, the fact that they're fighting each other means they aren't going to fight me. Here's another headstone right here that's looks like it's a wall, but it's not. Looks like I can go this way. And almost out. Another amulet of magical breathing, not that useful. Look at all these wraiths. There's a flaming sphere. Fortunately, we do have fire resistance from our ring. So looking here, yeah, we're going the right way. And you can use our bugle as well. Try and scare some things away. This is just like a bottleneck we need to fight our way through. All right, there's the Wizard of Yendor. So be a little careful here. Wizard of Yendor comes back. So again, we're going to zap that Wand of Death with 3 charges. Misses. Do it again. Misses. One more time. Killed it that time. So we're going to want to recharge that Wand of Death almost certainly. That's interesting. It's a potion of gain level. Probably too late at this point, but it would be interesting if it were cursed. I may turn off auto pickup here, just because we're so close to being burdened. And let's use the horn so you can get these things to run away from us. And we'll go this way. All right, I'm going to fast travel to the stairs at this point. And we are officially on our way. So we have a few options about how to proceed, how to get back through here. Probably levitation is going to be our quickest way. Okay, so that Wand of Digging is empty, so I'm just going to throw it. And we'll start using the next one, which is capital K. And that's just a gray dragon. I think that's one of the extra. These are the extra gray dragons we summoned when we did Curse Genocide. We still have conflict on, and we're gonna need to levitation here. So I think we take out our ring of levitation, and we'll take off conflict, put on levitation, and that's going to let us float over these trapdoors here. Oh, there's a Paralisk. Fortunately, we're wearing that ring of fire resistance, so not too worried about that. And be really, really careful here. There's still a drawbridge here. If there was something with a wand, you could potentially die by walking across here if they zapped a Wand of Striking. Just be aware of your surroundings, and then you can actually remove levitation. We could leave it on, or we could remove it. It's either levitation or free action, I think. Let's leave it on for now. It will prevent us from falling down trapdoors and pits. And we will fast travel. Trapper. Hungry again. So we'll take out some food here. We'll take out a K ration and eat it. All right, so here we want to be a little careful. I'm actually going to put my towel on just for a second here. Because these are all electric eels. And there's a Titan too. So I might actually leave the blindfold on just to make sure we know where the electric eels are. I think I did this last time as well. But yeah, they are a source of insta-death. So we just want to be very careful that we don't get in a bad situation here. So we have levitation on, but we also have water walking. So maybe we actually remove levitation and put on, let's put on free action. We could do conflict too. But just double checking here, we are wearing water walking boots. The only other thing we're worried about would be like a nymph or a succubi, which I think there actually is one right behind us. It's a succubi though, it's not an incubus. So taking off your boots. But yeah, succubi, we are a Valkyrie. So in the heteronormative world of NetHack, that I'm not going to have to worry about that. So we're going to just make our way to the upstairs here and just be a little careful. All right, so here's the Summon Nasties effect that happens. This is what the wizard will do. Nothing, oh, there's a fire giant, which is actually pretty interesting. You might want to kill and eat that. We are surrounded by a bunch of nasty stuff here. A lot of it is, pretty much none of it is magic resistant though. So we'll start by playing our bugle. I think I'll actually try and kill this fire giant and eat it. It might be a little bit greedy, but. All right, we kill the fire giant, play the bugle again. Because we need to kill the Elven King because it does have magic resistance. And I'm gonna actually go over here and remove our towel so I can see what's going on here. There's a fire giant corpse. So we're gonna play our bugle and we're gonna eat. The Olokai is really annoying. Fortunately, it dug through the floor, so I'm actually glad to see that. And we were going to keep eating the fire giant. All right, so this is getting pretty bad. In fact, that may have been the Titan that summoned nasties before and not the a Wizard of Yendor. Because it's summoning more things. And this can quickly get out of control. We want to kill that Titan pretty quickly. I guess we're giving up on the fire giant corpse here. There's another fire giant if we get lucky. We're going to use a bugle again. The captain's not going to get scared here. Barb Devil does flee though. All right, we need to kill the captain. Captain jumps in a hole. Glad to see that. And then we need to kill the Titan. Fortunately, we do have magic resistance, so apart from the summon nasties, not too worried about spells. All right, so the Titan also makes a hole in the floor. So again, there's another hole. We don't want to fall through there. So we're gonna have to put our levitation on. But first, I'm going to take out a wand. I want to finish eating that fire giant corpse. We already partially ate it, so do a wand of striking. I'm going to zap that to the north here, destroy whatever boulders are there. And there's a partly eaten fire giant corpse, which I'm going to continue eating. Use our bugle. Mrs. Rudy is not running away. They're very large. We've stopped eating it. All right. All right, we finished eating it. Unfortunately, we did not get fire resistance here. But we need to put on, we'll take off free action, and we're going to put on levitation to get over this hole. Jabberwock, try and scare it, although I think Jabberwock has some amount of magic resistance. In fact, we can put it to sleep here. All right, we'll float over the hole. once we're off here, I'm going to actually put my towel on. Again, we need to keep an eye on the electric eels. They mostly seem to be down and to my left. So we're going to try and go up and around. I'm going to take off, just double checking here. I am wearing my water walking boots, so take off levitation and we'll put on free action, I guess. And I'm going to move this way. Again, I'm going to just keep my towel on, and I'm going to use the horn as the eel gets closer. And just make sure that they are going to run away. Clairvoyance happens. I could also potentially zap this with the Wand of Cold, for instance. Because I'm a little concerned about just getting insta-death here, so. Not really doing that good a job. I use that up. It's kind of an annoying place here because there's can't really get by the electric eel very easily. And I am worried. What else can I zap at it? I could put it to sleep. All right, so it's asleep, and I can kill it. Is this a python? No, it's just a cobra. Okay. Pythons are a snake that can drown you as well, so you gotta be careful about them. Getting engulfed by something, an energy vortex. Oh, interesting. There is a yellow dragon here. I'm surprised it's not getting scared off by that. I think this is just a jellyfish. Yeah, so that's not anything to be worried about. And all the electric eels are, well, there's one not too far away, but they're mostly pretty far away. So I think we made it out of here. Definitely, I mean, not super dangerous, but move the towel. Let's go up. Gotta be careful. Okay, so we got harassed by the wizard here. Use our bugle, get these things to run away, and see if we can get away from these. No reason to fight them. And up we go. Just double checking, we still have the Amulet of Yendor here. And we have the Orb of Fate, so. Could dig down there. Feel like worth the charge. There we go. Just making ourselves a little shortcut. Hey, Craig. Welcome. Visible Stalker will scare it off. Trying to redeem myself, Craig, from the last time I was in the Astral Plane. No more Mysterious Force. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but Mysterious Force is only in Gehenna up until you get to the Valley of the Dead. So now it's pretty easy. Basically just worried about the harassment from the wizard. I do want to recharge my Wand of Death, which I think is something I can do right now. So I have a Blessed Scroll of Charging. I always like to have an extra one. So I might actually write one. Tell you what, let's take out one Blessed Potion of Water, and we'll take out that stack of 10 Uncurse Scrolls, and we'll make them into Blessed Scrolls. So I'm going to dip 10 Uncurse Scrolls into the Blessed Potion of Water. And now we can apply our magic marker with 33 charges. I'm going to write it on these scrolls, and we're going to write charging. Okay, and now I can read the blessed charging and charge that wand of death. So now we have one has 6 and one has 7. So in the interest of over-explaining things, you can charge wands once safely, but then each time afterward, there is a more and more chance that they will explode. Let's actually go to the charging page in the wiki. Wand charging odds. Okay. So the first time, the times is if it's been charged, never been recharged, it will never explode the first time you charge it. Second time looks like there is I think that's the percent. So yeah, there's a very low chance that it will explode the first time. The second time you recharge it, third time it gets a little bit more. So like it increases, here's the curve. Anyway, you can charge it 1 or 2 times pretty safely, and then it starts to get fairly likely that it's going to explode. A wand of wishing always explodes if recharged more than once. So we can recharge each of these another time if we need to, and the wand of teleportation we may want to recharge that as well. And looks like we have 20 charges left on the magic marker. Probably will write more charging with that, to be honest. Yeah, I still have the unlabeled scrolls. Let's actually go ahead and do that right now. Apply the magic marker. I'm going to write charging again. And looking now down to 11. Let's look at the chances here. 8 to 15. So there's some chance we can write another charging. I don't think there's anything else lower in the list here that we would want to write gold detection, but we already have 4 of them. So I think we're good there. So I think I will attempt to write another charging. And we may fail. Oh, we got lucky. And we're down to 3 charges on the magic marker, so we can just drop the magic marker now. I'll put away all these scrolls. So we have a couple more scrolls of charging, which is great. Will probably come in handy. I'm not sure what those 5s are, but we're going to just go up. All right, level 18. We're getting there. 17. It's an altar. Gray unicorn. Just kill it and move on. Leprechaun. Or Roth. Or Rothe, or however you pronounce it. We're at the rogue level. This is kind of a fun part of the game, I think, where you're just kind of revisiting all the places you've been before, but usually at a much faster rate and being more powerful. A vault and incubus. So if we need, I think we decided if we needed to gain more levels, we might use the incubus for that purpose. Oh, so I can go through this way. Big room. Took care of the big room. There are, I don't know that we did vaults, that we dug out vaults. I don't remember if we did or not, but a vault on dungeon level 10 potentially has a portal to Fort Ludios, which is kind of like a very rich level, lots of gold there. Bunch of rings and amulets there. Out of curiosity, I wonder if any of those are something good. Nope. strangulation. Okay. Okay, here comes the wizard again. So again, we're going to zap it. We'll zap with H. Killed it. Nice. Wand of digging. Don't need it. I think we have plenty of digging. Dungeon level 7. We're almost there. Fort ludicrous, Andrea says. Yes. There's ludicrous amounts of gold. All right, so one of these two stairs is Sokoban, and one is the upstair. We'll try this one first, and that is Sokoban. So we'll go this way. All right, again, there goes the wizard summoning bad things around us, including a green slime. But just make sure you have a wand of fire just in case you get slimed. And there we are, dungeon level 5 and the Oracle. Dungeon level 4. Dungeon level 3, and there's a general store. Just out of curiosity, is there anything in the general store that we identified? Well, it doesn't look like there's amulets or, I guess, a potion. There could be a potion of full healing there. Just take a look and see if there's anything in here. There's gain ability, object detection, and hallucination. So nothing really that we need. So let's move on. This is the branch down here for Dwarvish Mines. It's just a Earth Elemental. All right, dungeon level 2. Another shop. Again, I'm just going to take a look here. Let's see. Secret door detection. Yeah, nothing really. There's another remove curse. But I think we're okay. We have 3 or 4 of them, I think. Dungeon level 1. And so here's the point where any last minute preparation you want to do here. So I'm going to take a quick break, or not a break, but a quick chance here to talk about what's next. So normally, let me move all this up. Oh, hang on. That goes up there. Okay. So normally when you go up from the stairs to dungeon level 1, you escape the dungeon, which is an end game state. It's like quitting. You survive, but you don't get immortality. But with the Amulet of Yendor, you actually go up and you go to the elemental planes. So the first one you go to is the plane of Earth. Maybe I'll talk about each one individually rather than doing a lot of drawing right now. But plane of Earth is solidly full is completely full of earth. I mean stone, without passages between. There's a portal somewhere, and there's a bunch of chambers. So you're going to need to be able to dig in the plane of Earth. Yeah, so we'll go through them one at a time. And we'll talk about each one as we go. So first we're going to go to the plane of Earth. So for the plane of Earth, we're gonna want some digging. So right now we have I think we have 1 wand of digging with some unknown number of charges. Yeah. So we'll pull out, let's pull out a couple more wands of digging here. We'll take out E and F. Should be plenty. We do not want to be burdened, so let's get rid of some things here. Magical breathing. In fact, I'm going to drop some things. We'll drop our gold, don't need that. I guess we'll take Molnir. Definitely take all of that. Just looking here. Way too many potions. I'm actually going to make some more holy water here. And we'll drink that extra healing, drink the gain levels, I guess. And just we'll get rid of some weight that way. Get rid of these unidentified rings as well. We just don't know what they are. There's a lot of stuff here we could probably dump. But I'm not going to worry too much about micromanaging everything. Pickaxe we could get rid of, but it's also served us well, so I think we'll get unburdened just by doing a few things here. First, let's dip 19 potions of water into 3. So now we have unlimited holy water, and we will dip that potion of extra healing into holy water, and we'll quaff it. Get another 5 points of max HP. We'll dip the potion of gain. Well, no. We'll quaff the potion of gain level. Get up to XP level 19. What else am I going to do here? And we'll drop a bunch of stuff. We'll drop these rings that we're not going to identify or worry about. The Ring of Adornment we don't need. We are going to need these other things. Empty Wand of Cold can go. And that should do it. And then we'll put away these potions, except for this potion of gain level. All right, we're unencumbered. That's great. And we'll drop this gold too. Okay, so that should do it. Actually, I'm going to put away this. Oh no, we have 2 amulets of magical breathing, so we'll drop one of them. And I think we're ready to go. I'm going to quaff this other potion of gain level. We don't know if it's cursed or not. But if it's cursed, that will show off how you can get to the plane of Earth by quaffing a cursed potion of gain level. And if it's not, we'll just gain another level. Nope, just blessed or uncursed. So we just got up to XP level 20. And I think we're ready to go. Double check that we have the Amulet of Yendor. We're wearing fire resistance and free action, which I think is reasonable. And it would be nice to get some fire resistance somehow. So we can save that slot. I don't know if it's worth a wish though. So we could wish for, say, like a tin of red dragon meat, which would give us a fire resistance 100% of the time. But it would, I mean, that's a waste of a wish. You could also reverse genocide red dragons, which would do the same thing. I think we do want another magic marker, which we can use for things like genocide. So let's do that while we're here. I'm going to use one more wand, one more charge of the Wand of Wishing here. And we're going to wish for a marker. So we get a magic marker. It's going to be uncursed, likely. Let's put away the Wand of Wishing just so we don't lose it by accident. Looking here, we don't have any identify. I guess I'm not too concerned about that. We're going to take out one. It would be nice to have multiple curse scrolls here. I guess we only need one more. So we don't know how many charges this has. But we're going to apply the magic marker. We're going to write on the cursed and labeled scroll, and we're going to write genocide. And we know that this is cursed because the marker is uncursed, plus a cursed scroll gives us a cursed scroll of genocide. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not satiated, so I should be able to eat a dragon. So let's read it. And we're going to genocide red dragon. A bunch of them come. We're going to use the bugle to make them run. And we'll kill this one in the corner, I think. All right, killed it. I killed one of them. All right, start playing the bugle, and we'll start eating this red dragon corpse. And just hopefully, I think we can do this without choking to death. We're not worried about the dragon fire because we have reflection. I'm going to show you one message here. The you feel vaguely nervous message means that the wizard is not, you know, there was a time when you could have been harassed by the wizard and you were not. So that's usually a good message to see. You got a little bit lucky. Tuning kit would be helpful here, but this is kind of annoying with the all the combat spam that we're having to page through here. We could actually, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to take out the Scroll of Scare Monster here and drop it. That should, all right, there we go. Finally. You're finally finished. You feel a momentary chill. Excellent. So that's what we wanted. We're back. We're back in fire resistance, and that's going to save our ring slot, which is pretty valuable. We're going to put on protection for now. And oh, it's interesting. The dragon breathed fire at us, and it destroyed our Scroll of Scare Monster right from underneath our feet. All right, so now we're ready to go. I think we're not burdened. We're wearing everything that we need. Got some digging in our inventory. Got some extra charging. We have a magic marker with an unknown number of charges, I guess, but we do have charging to help with that. Here we go. Beware, there will be no return, still climb. Yes. Well done, mortal. But now thou must face the final test. Prove thyself worthy or perish. A voice booms out. So thou thought thou couldst kill me, fool. So first thing, you will always get the Wizard of Yendor here. Wizard of Yendor is up and to our left. There's also going to be an Elven King. So just make sure you check which is which. And there's a Minotaur also helpfully in line with the wizard. So maybe we can kill them both with a single blast of our Wand of Death here. Zap our Wand of Death up and to the left. We kill the wizard. We kill the Minotaur. Excellent. We'll kill this Elven King. Again, in the interest of over-explaining, the Elven King will always have a pickaxe, which is useful if you absolutely need to dig out the plane of earth. The Wizard of Yendor will always have a cloth spellbook, which will be the spell of digging. And then the Minotaur will always have a wand of digging. So you're never left without ways to find the portal, which is nice. But instead of trying to dig around and just look for the portal manually, what we're going to use is a trick which requires a source of confusion and a scroll of gold detection. Actually, I think we used this to find the vibrating square already. We talked about using the orbit detection for this as well. But we have about a 50-50 chance of that working. and it will usually make you helpless for a number of turns. So we're going to do the safer method here. So out of our bag of holding, we're going to take a scroll and a potion. So we're going to take one scroll of gold detection, and we're going to take, we'll take a potion of confusion here. We'll quaff the potion of confusion. So now we're confused. You can see that down here in the status bar. And then we will read the scroll of gold detection. So instead of finding gold, because we're confused, it's going to find traps. And we find a trap, which is the portal to the next level, which is the plane of air. So we can use our unicorn horn to get rid of the confusion, and we can start to dig our way. We're going to zap the wands of digging here. I guess I'll use the one that's unidentified first. And we're going to start to channel path out this way. Earth elementals can be scared off with the bugle, so just go ahead and blow that bugle. Get these earth elementals out of your way. And that's will make your life easier. So it's capital K. So that one's empty. Throw that one away, and we'll use the next one, which is Q. Did I throw it? Okay. I threw the wand of digging. Make sure you are zapping, not throwing wands. Zap Q. And we'll go this way. Zap Q. So this is not, I would say this is one of the easier levels. But before you go into the plane of air, you're going to need a source of levitation. So we have a couple options here. We have a ring of levitation. We also have boots of levitation. I mean, the advantage of the boots of levitation is they don't take a ring slot. The disadvantage is we'll lose a point of AC, and we'll have to take them on and put them on, take them off and put them on, which I think is pretty quick. I'm going to answer that. Number of turns depends on the type of item. Okay. Turns to unequip. And we're looking for boots. 2. So it takes 2 turns to take the boots off or put them on. Yeah, so only, so it's going to take 2 turns to take them off and 2 turns to put them on. So I think probably best off using our ring here. And we'll just take off the ring of protection for now and put on the ring of levitation. Plane of air is definitely the most, well, it's one of the most dangerous planes of the 4. So conflict would be good here as well. In fact, I think I might actually do conflict right now over free action. So it's put on. So we'll do levitation and conflict here. And then let's also take out our source of confusion and our scroll of gold detection as well. So we don't have to do that once we get in there. So we'll take a uncursed potion of booze here. Will be our source of confusion. I think we're ready to go. Anything else you wanted to do before we leave? No, I think that's good. All right, so let's pop through. We activate a magic portal. You feel dizzy for a moment, but the sensation passes. Notice there's no gravity here. The bolt of lightning misses it, etc. Okay. Let's actually update our map here. All right, so we're on to the second plane, the plane of air. So the elementals in the various planes are sort of souped up versions of the non-elemental versions, the versions you don't find on the elemental plane. So air elementals are already fairly dangerous, and the fact that they're stronger even in the plane of air makes them very dangerous. So just don't underestimate the air elementals here. They can do a lot of damage to you very quickly. Going into the clouds, you can get struck by lightning, and the worst part is the thunder will stun you. And while you're stunned, air elementals can come pick you up to do a lot of damage to you. So that's another danger here. If you don't have a source of levitation, you're just going to tumble around randomly, and it's going to be very difficult to get anywhere. So levitation, although not entirely required, is highly recommended for the plane of air. So we made it to the plane of air. We are levitating. Let's quaff the potion of booze, make ourselves confused, and then let's read that scroll of gold detection. And so it's up here, and I think I can annotate this. Just going to make a little circle. We'll see if that stays there. It might not stay there, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, I just like remember it's up here. Yeah, so it's over here. It's sort of like the third row from the top, and then it's a column like over the 6 in Wisdom 16 is where it is. Okay, so we're ready. Let's actually get unconfused. And the horn is your friend here, and conflict is your friend as well. So as things come towards you, you're going to want to use your horn, particularly if they're air elementals. And we're going to try and stay out of the clouds if we can, although it's not always possible. So there's an air elemental. Let's use the bugle, and we'll get that air elemental to flee. I'm following just the black part, and we're just going to see if we can't avoid getting hit by thunder here. If I start playing the bugle again, we'll get these things to flee. It's not an instant death if we get picked up by an air elemental or if we get hit by thunder, but you can certainly take a lot of damage pretty quickly. And if you're not a Valkyrie, if you don't have the Orb of Fate, that can be a pretty big problem. But as it is, we are in pretty good shape here, and we've made it to the portal. So I think same as before, we're going to take out our scroll of gold detection here, and we'll take out that blessed potion of confusion, and we're going to continue wearing our conflict and levitation for the next level, which is going to be the plane of fire. So we got through arguably the hardest of the planes, just using the bugle and conflicts and levitation. So I think we're ready to go through. And again, we activate the magic portal, and here we are in the plane of fire. So plane of fire is not that hard, in my opinion, as long as you have fire resistance, which we do. There clearly there's lava, so be careful about, don't just walk into the lava. We are levitating. That's usually my approach, is to keep your levitation on as you go into the plane of fire. Also keep conflict on. That'll sort of keep us from getting harassed here. And the other thing I would recommend is to if it isn't already, do Shift O. Go into your options, and we're going to turn off sparkle. Oh, it looks like it already is off. But this sparkle, if this is on in the plane of fire, it can cause tons of like animations that will really slow down your game quite a bit. We're going to see a bunch of messages about fire elementals hitting fire traps and not being hurt because they're immune to it. So let's quaff that potion of confusion and get confused. Barb Devil looks uneasy. So that message is because they quaffed a cursed potion to gain level, which doesn't work in the elemental planes. So we're confused. Now I'm going to read this Scroll of Gold detection. You'll see there's a million fire traps here, and the portal's up here. So we're going to head for that. And we will apply our unicorn horn again. I'm just going to double check here that it is still it's still blessed. One more time. All right, finally got unconfused. And now we can start making our way towards the portal. It's not a whole lot I'm worried about here, particularly with conflict on. Let's see, there's a million messages here with conflict. To be honest, that can be sort of the most dangerous thing about the plane of fire is all the messages that you are going to get. And you can miss something for sure. You can hit escape here as well. Although you might miss something important. Probably not, but. Frickle user says, Scroll of Genocide, if not genocided. Is that a colon? If not genocide, colon already? So you would say genocide salamanders? We should read about salamanders because I haven't really had any trouble with them, but they can grab you and potentially pull you into lava, right? Bear hug. Yeah, I don't know if they can drown you or anything, but yeah, salamanders, they don't have magic resistance, so base MR of 0, so we can just use our horn against them, and conflicts can make them a little bit easier. Oh, next level, yeah, semicolon, yeah, we'll talk about that. Yep. I don't know if I will do that, but yeah, I think I will show it off. That's a good idea, Frickle user. We'll do that. Looks like my lamp has turned off here because I got I'm just going to escape here. I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend it, but the only thing I'm really worried about is the wizard showing up or things grabbing you. But yeah, with our conflict on, we can use the horn here. Just make all these things start to run away from us. All right, so we're ready to go to the next level. Let's use the bugle one more time. We'll make these things flee. And we'll get ready for the next level. So let's pull some things out here. Magical breathing is an option here. The next, not to spoil anything, but the next level is the plane of water. But what I do want to take out is, I'll take out one blessed unlabeled scroll. I'll take out the last scroll of gold detection. And I think we're out of ways to easily confuse ourselves. So we'll have to use one of the other tricks here. Piffing grabs you, so that's actually important to know. So I'll have to kill that pit fiend. All right, killed it. Out of curiosity, I just wanted digging. So we're going to take out an egg. So eggs, rotten eggs, and if you've had an egg for a while, it's going to be rotten. Is a way to get confusion. So that's what we held on to those eggs for. Ah. Okay, I think we're ready to go. All right, I was going to do one other thing. No, we'll do it once we get there. We're going to go through. You activate a magic portal again, and you find yourself suspended in an air bubble surrounded by water. Okay. A lot of people consider the plane of water to be the most dangerous or the most annoying. I don't think it's that bad. There's a few tricks here you can use. It can be a little bit slow and take a while to get through. Okay, so plane of water, don't dive into the blue if you don't want to get all your items wet. And so you're in a bubble. There's water elementals around. First thing we'll do is we'll just go and blow our bugle. Again, all these water elementals are going to start running away. It's going to move away from the edge of the bubble. You'll see right here there is a electric eel. So this is a dangerous thing. Because you're in the plane of water, all of these semicolons can drown you. But they're not magic resistant again, so just use your bugle and they'll just start to flee. You can just step away from them. No big deal. But to be super, super careful here, we're actually going to genocide them, which is what Frickle User was mentioning. So I think we have enough resources for this, and I'm going to show it off. We're going to apply our magic marker. We'll see if we have enough charges for this on the blessed unlabeled scroll. And we're writing genocide. And it worked. So we had enough charges. So now we have a blessed scroll of genocide. So you're going to read that. And we're going to genocide all semicolons. So yeah, and Andrea mentions that the levitation is not needed. So so we're going to actually take off our levitation ring for sure. So we're going to genocide all semicolons here, which is going to make this level much, much safer. Get rid of all of these semicolons, the giant eels, the electric eels, and the krakens, which can all drown you. So they're all gone. The only thing left in this level are the elementals, and the python could be dangerous if it could potentially drown you. We're going to use the horn again. And so we got, annoyingly, we got harassed by the wizard here. Sort of the worst place to get harassed by the wizard, to be honest. Surrounded by some things. The only thing I'm really worried about here is the gremlin removing our resistances. So first thing is let's use the bugle and get them all to run away from us. And so a couple of those things can grab us too. It's a really bad place to get harassed in this way because you're stuck in a bubble with these things, right? But now let's kill that gremlin. We have conflict on, so that's going to help here. For sure. I'm just going to sort of actually look at these. If the gremlin's dead, next most annoying thing I would say is the Zan, because it can make us burdened. Zan is killed. Guardian Naga can actually freeze us because we do not currently have our free action on. So actually step away from it. Let's step up into the left. Just so we don't get, I'm being super careful here. Like, I don't think we're actually in any danger, but I'm actually going to remove levitation and take a turn to do that. Looks like the Naga is fighting the purple worm. And then we'll put on the free action. All right. And now we can kill the rest of these things. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get in a different bubble from them as well. Okay. I'm not so concerned about them. So let's actually get to finding the portal. So let's eat that egg. So be careful after you eat the egg. When you get confused here, you don't want to step in the water by mistake. I love that the purple worm is killing things. It's great. You can use the bugle while we're waiting for the egg to work. This is the message you're looking for here. Ugh, rotten egg. Critical user asks where all the monsters come from. Yeah, that was harassment by the wizard. So one of the things that Rodney does, basically from the time that you kill Rodney till the end of the game, is you'll get nasty things summoned around you. Mildly nauseated, slightly confused. All right, there we go. Can't seem to think straight. So now is the point where we read that scroll of gold detection and you feel entrapped. So here's the thing about the plane of water. We know the portal is here currently, but it's in a bubble and it's actually going to float around the level. So this is the level, like it was over here, but it's going to be, we don't know where it's going to be. It's going to end up somewhere. So basically we're in here for a while. We're just going to hang out until we find the portal. And it might take some time. While we're here, oh, and I just moved while I was stunned and confused. Don't do that. Use your unicorn horn. Fortunately, we didn't walk into the water. I could have easily walked into the water there. We got lucky. But we have some time here. So one thing we can do is pull out this wand of wishing, potentially. For that matter, we could get a wish from our magic lamp. The candelabrum still has 7 candles, so we can use that for light source in the astral plane. Just seeing what else we have here. Nothing too interesting. And maybe we use a couple of wishes here. We use our magic lamp, and maybe zap the wand of wishing as well. So what are we missing, really? I mean, we could replace the faded pall for a cloak of protection, which would give us a better AC. That would be a reasonable thing to do. You could get gauntlets of power. I mean, it definitely increases your damage output, but I don't think that's so important at this point in the game. I guess we can take off conflict for now. Another wand of teleportation is reasonable. Definitely having 2 wands of teleportation would be good for the astral plane. We wish for another magic marker. We have a magic marker with some unknown number of charges left. Maybe that's the thing we do first is we try and use that magic marker up. So let's see what we have for blank scrolls here. We have one cursed unlabeled scroll left. Sort of want that for cursed genocide, but I don't want to waste it. So let's actually take out, we'll take out these, I'll tell you what, let's take out these uncursed scrolls call of remove curse. We want to bless those. It's good to have blessed remove curse just in case bad, a number of things get cursed by Rodney or otherwise. So we'll bless those, and we will also take out, I don't know, 3 blessed scrolls, which will turn into charging here. So I'll dip the 3 scrolls of remove curse into blessed potion of water, put those away, and we'll start applying the magic marker and writing some blessed charging here. We'll see if we can get 3 of them out of there. Looks like we had quite a few charges on here, actually. We probably could have gotten a genocide out of it. All right, now it's too dry. So now's the point where we can actually read one of those scrolls of charging. And we'll charge that magic marker. So now we know we can actually call, capital C, call I. We're going to call that magic marker, we're going to call it 1:50. Because we know after you recharge a magic marker with a blessed scroll of charging, it's always going to be a 150 magic marker. And now we can safely take out our curse scroll, and we'll apply that again, and we'll write on the curse scroll, and we'll write a cursed genocide. And now we know we have, I don't know, somewhere between 20 and 30 charges left on that marker, which we could write, I guess. So I'm going to put these away. And actually, you know what? I will call the genocide cursed, and then I'll put these away. And so we have a cursed genocide, and I don't think we really need to wish for a marker. I think we can spend some wishes on some fun stuff. So anyone hey, Cloud, welcome. Good to see you. Anyone in chat have any preferred wishes that I should wish for here? We're going to dip our magic lamp here and make it blessed. I don't have a strong opinion about what to wish for here. We could wish for another life saving. We could wish for a helm of ESP, would be reasonable. We could wish for gauntlets of power. We could wish for boots of speed. Probably actually, boots of speed is probably. We do have a helm of opposite alignment. Boots of speed is probably the best thing to get, huh? We could wish for a cloak of protection. Another wand of teleportation. Yeah, Chickatray's corpse, but I have a scroll of a cursed scroll of genocide to get a cockatrice corpse. So I think we're good for that. Speed boots, yeah. Let's go for speed boots next. So I'm going to rub L, and we'll do it again. I have an 80% chance here of getting a wish out of this. So it's not 100%. I will grant you one wish. Okay, so we're going to wish for +2 fixed blessed boots of speed. We can do greased too, I guess, but Andrea says, or even jumping boots. Yeah, I've heard jumping boots are good in Astral, but it's a little bit, I just prefer just walking. It's for just the controls are a little bit easier to deal with. +2 fixed blessed boots of speed. There we go. Pair of jungle boots. So let's take off the water walking boots. They've done well, but they will no longer be useful. We'll wear the jungle boots. And we did get +2 as well, so that's good. We drop the water walking boots. So now we have basically 2 more wishes. Enough teleport. So I think wishing for teleport is reasonable. We have 1 wand to teleport, which has 4 charges. We have lots of scrolls of charging, but certainly having 2 wands of teleport is not a terrible idea. So like, I think the things we could wish for now would be like Helm of ESP, Gauntlets of Power, Cloak of Protection, Wand of Teleportation, another Amulet of Life Saving. I don't know. Hey, Green Gecko. Let's get those wishes, yeah. What do people think? What should we wish for here? Any votes? I'm going to make an executive decision. We do have a Helm of Opposite Alignment. Helm of Opposite Alignment, we have Conflict. We have a Curse Scroll of Genocide, so we should be able to get a Cockatrice Corpse as well. I think Gauntlets of Power, I mean, they're not like a normal wish for me, but I think that would probably, if I have to make a choice, well, no, I don't even think they're that good because we're going to be using a Cockatrice Corpse for Astral, so we could just save it too. The only thing about saving the wish is probably a good idea. I mean, we can't rest the wish is the only thing. Like usually I like to rest the wand of wishing in the plane of water, but having a wish just like ready to go for whatever it is we need is probably a reasonable thing to have. So I could probably keep it out, to be honest. Seeing as we are not we're not in a situation where there are shocking spheres. Save the wish for an icebox. Sure, we'll do. All right, so now we're just going to just hit S a few times here, use the bugle when things get close to us. You're more likely to fat finger your way into a bad situation or into the water if you start fighting these things. So usually just hammer S, do some S's here, and just use your bugle whenever things come close. Oh, there's a portal. Nice. Let's go for it. Nice. Okay. So we're about to go to the astral plane. Just double checking here. We have conflict on. We have free action on. We're satiated. Got our life saving on. We're not wielding our Excalibur because we are. So we should definitely wield that. We were wielding our lamp. Got some death. We got some teleportation. We got the wand of wishing out. I think we're ready to go. Let's do this. Astral plane. You arrive on the astral plane. Here, the high temple of Tyr is located. You sense alarm, hostility, and excitement in the air. Voice booms, thy desire for conflict shall be fulfilled. So, if you aren't wearing conflict when you enter the astral plane, you will get a peaceful angel. If you are wearing conflict when you enter the astral plane, there will be more hostile angels will spawn. Conflict is still 100% worth it in 3.6.6, so I usually wear it regardless. So we have a few things to do here. First of all, I think bugles are broken in 3.6.6 still. Is that correct? Yeah. So bugles in 3.6.6 will scare off angels. So they fixed that in 3.7, but in 3.6.6 you can use your bugle to we were lucky here. We got blinded by a flash, so that actually saves us a turn. We can use that to plan out our approach here. So in the middle we have famine. It's probably where we'll end up going because famine is one of the easier of the three, and we're closest to that door anyway. So we have death to the left. We have pestilence to the right. And so here's where I probably want to use the cursed scroll of genocide. Where is it? There it is. And we're going to try and get some cockatrices in here. We have to be a little careful. We do have a lizard corpse, but we can get turned to stone here. All right, so we're going to get some cockatrices in here. We've got 6 of them. We're going to use our bugle again. Just get these things to run away. And the fact that conflict is on also means that these cockatrices are going to start turning things to stone, which is great. Step over here, use our bugle again, and then I'll try and kill this, this cockatrice over here. We are blind, but we do have gloves on, so we should be safe. We feel cockatrice corpse. Great. So let's pick that up. So on the astral plane, there are no traps and no stairs to fall down. So it's safe to wield the cockatrice corpse. And it's going to make your life a lot easier with conflict as well. So we're going to go ahead and wield it. And we're going to start using the cockatrice corpse to turn things to stone. We did this before. I'm actually going to use our bugle one more time just to get these cockatrices to hopefully run away. And then we'll start turning things to stone. So that angel's gone. And now we'll use our unicorn horn and we'll start moving in this direction. So we would rather not get in melee with the riders, and that might be famine right there. I think famine was pretty close. So let's actually zap. We'll zap a wand of striking in that direction. Okay, so it wasn't famine, that was just an angel, but famine is close behind. And I'm just going to update our map here. Sorry, I just want to make sure I don't forget to put, of course, the most important level. And I'll also, and I'm going to get a map up too here. So let's take a look at that. I think I've haven't talked about what our goal is here. All right. So here's the map of the astral plane. You're going to start in one of these locations. So either a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. There are 3 doors. I think there might be a couple different layouts, but this is pretty much it for 3.6.6, I guess. 3 doors, left, middle, right. And then each one is guarded by one of the riders. You have Death, Famine, and Pestilence, who are each sort of nasty in their own way. Behind them, there's going to be a high priest, of Tyr or one of the other gods, and an altar, either a lawful, neutral, or chaotic altar. You need to get the amulet of Yendor to the correct altar. So in our case, it's lawful, but you can also use your helm of opposite alignment to change your alignment from lawful to chaotic. So that increases your odds of finding an altar that you can sacrifice the amulet of Yendor from 1 and 3 to 2 and 3. So it's generally considered a pretty good idea to have a helm of opposite alignment for Astral. Yes, this is the layout. We're currently going up here through the middle. We're going to go straight up and see if we get lucky and we get an altar that we can win the game on. So I'm just looking here. Famine's there. We could move here and try and shoot Famine with Death. So a Wand of Death will kill Pestilence, and a Wand of Death will kill Famine. But it's not 100%. You're likely to miss. Death himself, of course, is immune to a Wand of Death, but you can kill Death in melee. They are not. Death does not have that many hit points. He will damage your max HP, but at this point in the game, that's not a huge deal as long as you are strong enough to kill him. So that would be, I think, our second choice would be to go to the left if we need to, and fight Death in melee. The third choice is Pestilence, who's the most dangerous of the 3, in my opinion. What Famine and Pestilence will do is they'll start to stun lock you. If you're stunned, you can't aim the Wand of Death at them reliably, and they'll just continue to attack you and make you sicker or hungrier until you die. If we want to be really safe here, we would back off and let Famine come down into this hallway and kill him that way. I'm feeling a little bit daring here, so I'm going to step to the right once. And we're going to see if Famine's going to come probably is going to step right to this location here. Let me get my cursor back up here. Yes, I think he's going to step to this spot. And he does. All right, so we get a chance or two here to hit Famine with Death. So let's give that a try. All right, so we're going to zap. We'll zap the Wand of Death with 4 charges first. Up. All right, hits the angel, but it reflects. Oh, that's really unfortunate. The angel actually has reflection, shield reflection. So that's going to protect. Oh, no, it didn't, because it missed. So it hit the angel's shield reflection, missed me, hit the wall, missed me again, missed the angel, hit Famine, and killed Famine, which is a fantastic series of events. That's going to make this much easier for us. So now we get to hit the angel in front of us with the cockatrice corpse and turn it to stone. And we're going to get to step through here. So you don't want to mess with the corpses of the riders. Zapping teleportation, for instance, at the corpse will make the rider come back to life and appear right next to you. But it's safe to step on top of. A potion of extra healing, I guess we don't really care at this point. So we're just going to keep moving forward. Just try and step past these priests as much as possible. We'll kill this priest. I'll step in here. Conflict is making this super easy. The Cockroach's Corpse is making this very easy. We'll zap the Wand of Striking again. Destroy that door. And we'll step forward. All right, Paralysis. This is where free action comes in handy. I don't think it would have killed us if we got paralyzed, but certainly could have dealt a lot of damage while we were paralyzed, so saved us from that. The Priest of Tyr is peaceful, I guess. So I think we're going to teleport it away. All right, so teleportation is really good in the Astral Plane for clearing the path. All right, taking a little bit of damage, but we're not too worried. We're going to step into this doorway while we can. And we're going to go... You have to step directly on top of the altar to find out what it is. So we're going to step onto it. And we're going to hit the colon key. And unfortunately, it's the neutral altar. So this is the one which doesn't help us. So we got the 1 out of 3 chance that we need to go to another altar. So we're going to go to the left and fight death and leave Pestilence alone, is our plan here. So we're going to move through here. I guess we kill this priest. And we have to walk over these. All right, Famine's back up. So let's zap death again. Killed Famine. So that worked out well. And we'll quickly move our way through here before Famine wakes back up. And yeah, you don't actually have to move quickly too. Like, that's the other thing. You may feel like time is of the essence, but that doesn't mean you need to play quickly. You just need to make every turn count. Okay. We're about to have to fight death, probably, in melee. So, and let's actually put on the candelabrum here. That's going to help us plan out what we're going to do here. All right, so here's our door. Rather than getting really close really quickly, let's zap striking through that door, but break it. And I'll start moving in here. You can't use a Cockroach's Corpse against any of the riders. So we're going to have to wield Excalibur if we need to fight death in melee. So death is right there, but we have an option here. We're just going to go up and to the left here and see if we can't outrun him. So we're going to get trapped. The only issue is we're going to get trapped between death and a line of angels and things. But what we'll do is we'll move here. And we'll zap teleportation at these angels, just to clear a path. And the other thing about the riders is they will actually move aside creatures that are between you and death. So you can't use, say, like this beetle here as a blocker between you and death. They'll just come by and just move that beetle out of the way. But we are fast. We have boots of speed, so we're able to just basically run past death, which is really great here. And let's go see what this is. And it's the High Altar of Tyr. And Frickle User points out that it was a 100% chance to ascend at this altar because if it was chaotic, we could have used the Helm of Opposite Alignment, which is correct. So now we get to, we're getting an ice box or a Blessed Potion of Booze. What are we getting? Hey, Andrea, thank you for the bits. Appreciate it. I'm glad we were able to ascend this character at the end of this series. It would have been sort of anticlimactic if we were unable to. But let's go ahead and zap the Wand of Wishing here, and we'll wish for a Blessed Potion of Booze, named champagne or something. What it should be, bubbly. So we have a potion of champagne we can quaff and then ascend. Yeah, figurines would be good. Would be fun too. Wish up for a figurine or something. Yeah, sorry, I missed that message, Andrea. We're gonna go ahead and quaff the bubbly. In celebration here. Surrounded by a million things here. We had every advantage, so we were not in too much danger here, but we're gonna go ahead and #offer the Amulet of Yendor named real. You offer the Amulet of Yendor to Tyr. An invisible choir sings, and you are bathed in radiance. The voice of Tyr rings out, "Mortal, thou hast done well. In return for thy service, I grant thee the gift of immortality. You ascend to the status of demigoddess. Do you want your possessions identified?" Sure. So we had 2 Amulets of Life Saving. Eidolon Moth is glad that it's Tyr's altar because it always seems cold to swap alignments in the last moment when Tyr's had her back all game. Yes, that's true. So we had our +7 Excalibur. The t-shirt had text, "D, your dog or a killer?" That's funny. I didn't actually read the t-shirt before. Cockatrice Corpse, Lizard Corpse, all of those rings. We had 9 charges of death left. We had 2 charges of teleportation left. We had a wish we could have rested. Really in pretty good shape here. We had Molnir. We had our Helm of Opposite Alignment. Decent amount of food. We had charging. 3 blessed charging. We had 4 blessed remove curse. We had some full healing potions. Level 20 Dwarven Valkyrie, lawful. 264 hit points, -2 AC, -22 AC. And piously aligned, magic protected, etc. +7 protection. We took half physical and half spell damage. The Orb of Fate being very, very strong. We were very fast from the Boots of Speed, reaction, life saving, extra luck. Here's everything that we killed. Asmodeus, Orcus, Juliblex. We killed the Wizard of Yendor 6 times. Vlad, the High Priest, a bunch of other stuff. Point out things that are interesting here. 8 Minotaurs. 2 Mariliths. 44 Wraiths. 12 Cockatrices. 50 Leprechauns. We killed so many Leprechauns. 12 Giant Eels. 6 Newts. genocided all mind flayers. We genocided liches. We genocided all sea monsters. So 12 species. Conducts. We genocided. We never polymorphed an object. I guess we never found a Wanda polymorph, or yeah, I think we never found a Wanda polymorph, and we never self-polymorphed either. We used 5 wishes, but we did not wish for any artifacts. So we have a couple conducts that we did here. And here was the dungeon overview with level 1 and the 4 elemental planes in the astral plane. Going all the way down to level 48, level 49 with Moloch's Sanctum. And there's the gnomish mines, the quest branch, Sokoban level, and Vlad's tower branch. Ravel overexplained the demigoddess. You went to your reward with 1,412,000 points. That's the breakdown of points. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for this series, and hope it is useful for some of you in your quest to ascend in NetHack. And I'll be going back after this to just sort of, I don't know, fun speed runs or normal NetHack runs, but trying to get back to a normal Wednesday night schedule, probably more casual NetHack stuff and less of this overexplained stuff. So hope to see you on Wednesday night.